Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Susan. It may be morning, it may be afternoon, but it's morning for me. And today I'm going to take you through a short but efficient class. You will need a ball. You will need a long TheraBand. You will need a block to sit on. If you don't have a block, you could use a book or a couple of books just to support you. The focus of today's class will be on posture, breath work, and hip mobility, using the breath to recruit the transverse abdominal muscles and the lumbar spine, understanding the importance of the hip, the role of the hip for the lower back and the knee. So please join me for a warm-up. Have your block and TheraBand nearby. Take your feet a little bit wider than your hips, toes pointing straight ahead, small bend in your knees, hands on your hips, and we start to make nice, big, juicy circles, just mobilizing the lower back and the hips. So please spread your toes, and if you want music for this, choose your favorite playlist, and now reverse the circle. So understanding the hips, our ball and socket joints, synovial joints, and we are just mobilizing the hips to create the synovial fluid flow, getting the core ready. Now hold center, wrists in front of shoulders. We lift and lower, finding your breath. Remember to keep that small bend in your knees to protect the lower back. So it's all about safety. Now shoulders are down. We go forward, pull back. Protraction, retraction, forward and back. We have 3 more, 2 more, 1 more time. Now hands gently on the head. Without pressing your head forward, your head is going back into your fingers. Elbows are in your periphery. We take a big breath in. On the exhale, shh, draw the shoulder blades together and then release. Exhale, pull back, release, all the while acknowledging the importance of your big toe. Spread those toes. Shh. Trying not to arch the lower back. Keeping the ears over the shoulders, over the hips, like plank. We have 2 more times. Shh. 1 more time. Shh. Take the arms out to the side. I round my spine. I extend my spine. Spinal flexion, spinal extension. Keep going. So think of your spine like it's a string of pearls. Breathing, getting some feedback from where you might feel tight. We have 2 more. 1 more. Take your hands in prayer. Elbows high and wide. Look over your cliff. Tip your tailbone under so you're not arching your back. Take a little drop, little lift. So my elbows are wide to remind me to keep my shoulders back. My thumbs are in the center of my chest, and my weight is back on my hips, so I'm not loading my knees. Hold here. Start to pedal through your heels one at a time. I'm going to tilt my screen down a little bit so you can see my feet. So think get your hips higher, your hips lower, your heels higher, mobilizing the ankle joint, warming up the Achilles, the calves. 2 more times. 1 more time, both feet down. I take my feet a little wider. If I need my block, I reach for it as I bend my knees and stretch my legs. So warming up the back of the body, the hamstrings. So if I need to rotate the block higher, I will. If I don't need the block at all, I just reach my fingertips to the floor as I bend and straighten. Think about dynamic stretching, moving. It's your first stretch of the day. Yes, we have 2 more. We have 1 more. Then hold stillness here. Take your Right hand toward the floor. Soft bend in your knees. Left fingertips to right wrist. Inhale, exhale, thoracic rotation. So notice my spine moves first and my arm follows. My eye gaze follows my hands, and I'm not moving my hips. We have one more, and we switch sides. Switch sides. Inhale, exhale to prepare. Shh. That SH sound, so important. I find it's much more effective than the WH sound. Recruiting the breath, crucial here. Now keep a soft bend in your knees. Find your TheraBand and stand up. So I'm going into a little upper body work. Take an overhand grip on your strap. Feet are under your hips. Elbow points into the ribs. So you want to avoid having your elbows too far back. Nice long spine. Bend in the knees. Chin is lifted. I press back and hold. Exhale, hold. Squeezing under the armpit. Trying to recruit that serratus muscle. Preparing the body for plank. Always getting ready for the next part of the class. Setting your intentions, making this connection between the mind and the body. We have two more times, one more time, and we take it a little quicker, a little wrap back, wrap back. So my arms are glued to my shirt. I'm not out here. I'm very parallel. We have four more. Go two, go three, go four, and we step into the strap. Going into upright row. So I make a big X with my strap, overhand grip. I stand up nice and tall, and I keep a bend in my knees. I lift, pull back, release. Exhale up, inhale down. I'll show you from the side. I'm trying not to arch my lower back. I'm strengthening the back of my body. And again, I'm still recruiting the serratus muscle underneath my armpit. Yes, I have two more times. I lift and hold. On the next one, I hold it here. I do little wrap, full range, back up. Exhale, isometric, full range, back up. So I feel the length in my spine, making space in my body, getting taller, working on posture. So important to strengthening the posterior chain, lower and lift. We have two more. Up, up, lower, and lift. One more time. Up, up, full range to finish. 8 times. Lower, lift 1, lower, lift 2. Inhale, exhale, nice and smooth, working on your form. We have 3 more, and up, 2, exhale. Think of all the benefits of working on your posture and unravel. Going into a little shoulder work. Walk your hands up to the strap to the point where you could bring your elbow points back into your arms, but where you could lift your elbows and keep your wrists in line with your elbows. Again, soft bend in the knees. I lower, exhale up. Inhale, exhale. So notice my wrists are not in front of my chest. I'm trying to keep this gorgeous right angle between my shoulder, my elbow, and my wrist. Shoulder also a synovial joint. So important to keep the shoulders healthy for healthy posture, for very functional movements. Adding a chest press, lower, lift, press forward, pull back. Inhale, exhale, push, pull, create resistance. Pretend your arms are sliding on a table. We have 2 more like this. One more, very active wrists. And now we just press forward, pull back. Think about how hard your core is working to keep your spine erect. Yes, we have 8 more. Exhale, inhale. Really find that resistance. Pretend you're going through something with a lot of viscosity, like mud, wet cement. Yes, 2 more times. On the next one, we just wrap back for 8. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more. 1, that's it. 2, 3, and 4. And just roll it out. I'm tilting my screen down a little bit. This is where, if you have a block, you'll want to sit on the block. If you have a little difficulty keeping a straight spine, a vertical spine, sitting flat on the floor. So the block elevates you. It helps you sit up very tall. So I'll show you from the side. Keep your strap nearby. Get cozy on your block. Feet are parallel, and you have a vertical spine. So if you close your eyes for a minute, bring your weight forward so you feel your weight going towards your pubic bone. You're on your sitz bones, S-I-T-Z, from the German word sitzen, to sit. So vertical spine, abdominals are braced, and what I want to avoid is rounding back onto my tailbone. So we sit up nice and tall, shoulders back and down, and we take our thoracic rotation. So I open one hand, come center, other hand, come center. Find your breath. So the thoracic spine, 12 vertebrae, the largest part of our back, and we're sitting. So our hips cannot move. So I can really focus on my spine. So again, my spine moves first and my arm follows. I'm not swinging my arm. This is very deliberate. I'm squeezing under my armpit, that serratus muscle. I have 2 more times. Excellent. 1 more time. And now I find my strap. So I open my strap so it's flat. I place it around the bottom of my flexed feet. So I have active feet. My toes point up, and I keep a small bend in my knees to help me sit up very tall. Again, my elbow points by my ribs. My thumbs are up, my palms face in like a hammer curl. I pull back in 3s. I go 1, 2, 3, small release. Pull back 1, 2, 3. Find your breath. Exhale. Yes, the breath fuels the muscles with oxygen, but it also takes the tension out of your face and your neck. So again, working on posture, strengthening the muscles of the core, serratus muscle, obliques, transverse abdominals, shoulders. It's a beautiful thing. We have 2 more. 1, 2, 3. Small release. Last time. 1, 2, 3, and roll it out. This time I'm asking you to lengthen your hands on the straps to the point where you could straighten your arms behind your back. I roll my shoulders back and down. I want to avoid rounding my shoulders. So I have a nice flat spine. I have a soft bend in my knees. I pull back on 3s. Pull back 1, 2, 3, small release. So here I'm adding in my triceps. So important to strengthen the triceps. It helps the muscles around my shoulder, my rotator cuff, and I'm working on posture. So it's the muscles of my back. It's my rhomboids, it's my lats. 2, 3, small release. I have 3 more. 1, 2, 3. 1 more time. 1, 2, 3, and I roll it out. Excellent job. Moving more into just the tricep. So I bend my knees a little more. I take a little more tightness on my strap, unless it doesn't work for you. I want to keep my elbows stationary. I straighten my arms. I stop at the hip. I straighten, I bend. So notice my wrist is not coming up to my shoulder. I'm taking the bicep out of the picture and I'm staying in my contraction. I live in the contraction. Exhale, inhale. Again, shoulders back and down. You want to avoid rounding your shoulders and focus on the area between your elbow and your shoulder, a mighty muscle. So we tend to be weaker in the back of the body. We need to strengthen the back of the body. Now a little quicker. Press back, press back, small bend, big stretch. So the change is happening on the stretch. Nice. We have 8 more. Go 1, go 2, go 3. Yes, 4 more. Go 1, go 2, go 3, go 4, and you are out. Well done. I will turn and face you while you're sitting on your block. We'll take a stretch. So sit any way that's comfortable for you. So notice sitting on the block and you have tight hips will help you sit cross-legged. If you are able to sit cross-legged, try it. If not, sit any way that works for you. So first we take a chest stretch, pressing the arms back. And now we take our tricep stretch, reach the fingers all the way down your spine, hold the side of the arm instead of directly on the joint, take your side bend. And now we go the other way. Inhale, exhale, side bend. Shake it out, moving into cat and cow, everyone's favorite. So carefully come off your block. I will tilt my screen down a little bit. So a couple of things to remember in cat and cow. When you're in your quadruped position, you spread your fingers. You want to avoid having your arms way out here. If anything, they should be closer to your legs than you think. The tops of my feet are down for now. I take a big breath in. On the exhale, I tip under. Lower back, middle back, upper back. Head is last. Take a moment here. Inhale, exhale, lower, middle, upper. I extend at the top without looking at the ceiling. I squeeze my shoulder blades together. Inhale to prepare. Exhale slowly round. Lower, middle, upper. Head is last. Inhale, exhale, lower, middle, upper. Head is last. Again, you keep going. Think of your spine like a string of pearls, articulating through the spine, one vertebra at a time. So think cervical spine, thoracic spine, lumbar spine, thoracic spine, cervical spine, head goes last, and keep going, and we will add on. So option to add on, you could engage the toes for this next move. So I start out with a neutral spine. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, I round. Lower, middle, upper. Head is last. I hold the rounded spine. I pull back toward my heels. I lower my forearms, dip my chest down, forward, back up to neutral. So getting this nice flow. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, cervical spine. I keep doing that. Lumbar spine first, thoracic spine, cervical spine. Pull back. Take a nice gentle dip, forward and back up. Inhale to prepare. Let's see if I get it right this time. Lumbar spine, thoracic spine, cervical spine. Head goes last, and I pull back and keep going. Getting nice flow, getting the mobility in your spine, getting some feedback, even a little stretch for the feet. So important. We spend so much time on the feet. And last time, slowly articulate through the spine, pull back, dip down, forward, back up and around. And now we will rotate over onto our backs to mobilize the hips for the next exercise. So I lay on my back. My feet are parallel. My knees are hip width apart. I walk my heels in a little closer to my fingertips. Let me make sure you can see me. First, take a couple of breaths. So rest your hands on your abdomen. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. So working on breath a little bit here. As you exhale, I want you to imprint your lower back into the mat without using your gluteal muscles. So try to disengage your legs for now. Focus on the space between the ribs and the hips. As you inhale, that expands. As you exhale, that contracts, and you make space in your lumbar spine without squeezing your butt. Make sure your chin is not higher than your forehead. Exhale. Shh. Pretend you have a grape under your lower back and you're trying to crush that grape. One more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Shh. Now rest your hands by your sides. I lift one leg. I have a floppy foot. I have a floppy leg. Opening up the hips, trying to keep my other leg, my stationary leg, from moving. So I open my leg to the side. I bring my thigh bone forward and I draw it back up and around. Again, nice and slow. My knee is leading the way. I'm hinging from my hip. So close your eyes. Really get in touch with that hip. That joint might feel tight. And as we slowly move, we are lubricating the joint. Again, synovial fluid, and make this connection between your knee, your hip, and your lower back. Again, trying not to move the opposite leg, and your transverse abdominals are really directing the movement. They are orchestrating the movement because your leg is heavy. Using your breath, try not to hold your breath. Shh, make that SH sound. We have one more time. And then gently lower that foot back to the floor. Reset your position. Feel even on your hips with your pubic bone. Then I lift my other leg. I relax my shoulders. Inhale to prepare. I exhale, open to the side. I bring my thigh bone forward and I return. So notice when I return, my knee is directly over my hip. I'm not coming into my chest. So stay in the range of motion and be very cognizant of the hip that's not moving. Feel grounded on your opposite foot, but this leg is very floppy. My foot is floppy and I'm breathing. Yep, I have two more times. I have one more time. And I put my foot down. I hold on to the back of my thighs. I rock up. I grab my TheraBand and we move into Pretzel with the band. One of my favorite exercises. It recruits the obliques, the gluteus medius, all six rotators of the hip, the piriformis muscle. It's a great exercise. So the TheraBand will help with internal, external rotation of the hip. So I'll show you standing up first so you understand what we're going to work on. So when we do pretzel at the bar, we focus on this internal, external rotation of the hip where our core is braced, it's supporting us, and I feel my obliques, and I feel my gluteus medius. So on the floor, we break it down because I want you to feel encouraged and not defeated. Many people really struggle with this internal, external rotation of the hip. For example, a lot of us want to have a turned out position with our feet when we're walking or we're standing instead of parallel. Even when we do the gluteal exercises and we're supposed to be in parallel, we find many students start opening up their hip, externally rotating the hip. So this is a very important exercise to have proper posture, to really strengthen the muscles around the spine, etc. Many benefits. So I take the strap, I put it around my left foot. I draw both ends of my strap together and I hold the strap in my left hand. The right knee needs to be in front of the right hip. In fact, you can use your mat like a navigation. You want to try to get your shin parallel to the front of your mat. And then your right hand is on the mat with a bent elbow, fingers face forward. Now, if you need to modify the exercise, you come onto your forearm elbow under shoulder. That is your modification. Otherwise, full expression. I hike my strap a lot. I use the strap as a tool so that my foot comes off the floor. Now I look over my shoulder at my left knee and I hop it back. So I have space between my front heel and my back knee. Already I feel something in that corner of my butt cheek, that gluteus medius, and my obliques. And then I just start very simply. I lower and lift my ankle. I inhale down, exhale up. As I lift, I exhale, I squeeze my butt cheek. So engage that left butt cheek, engage the obliques, engage the serratus muscle. Inhale, exhale. I lower and lift. So even if you do a few of these, it's just so important. It really sets the foundation for the whole exercise. Really work on your technique here. Try to stay lifted. Use your breath. Try not to sink into your shoulder. We have 2 more times and we move on. 1 more time. I make tension on my strap. I hop my knee back. I lift my knee off the floor and I lean more to the right. I start to wrap across, small release. Exhale, shh. So very isometric, very controlled. So my thigh bone is sliding on a table, right? I'm not dropping my knee lower. I'm not externally rotating. So externally rotating would be that. No, I'm staying parallel. If anything, I want my knee lower than my ankle. So I'm trying to reach my left heel to my right butt cheek without moving my waist or my shoulders. So my core is on fire here. Shh, I'm using my breath. Very small. I have 2 more. Shh. 1 more. Hold here. Lower the knee down. Hop it back. Take tension on the strap. We go back to the beginning. I lower. I lift. External, internal rotation, working the 6 rotators of the hip. My foot is flexed to help me keep the strap on, but it also helps me stay engaged with my hamstring. I feel my hamstring a lot because my knee is very bent. We have 2 more and we progress. 1 more time, hold it here. I hop my knee back. I lift. I lean more to the right. It's a little lift, small release. Exhale up, small down. So I'm living again in my contraction. Yes, I'm really visualizing the muscle. Shh. I'm using my breath. That's it. 2 more we add on. 1 more we have a combination. I lift, wrap across. Lift, wrap across. Lift, wrap across. Now, you don't need to do too many of these. It's a very effective exercise if you keep it simple and you do it correctly. Yes, 2 more to the change. 1 more, hold it here. I circle up, back, and around. It's like my knee is tracing a salad plate. Nice and slow. Really feel the back of the leg where it meets the crease of your butt cheek. 1 more, and we reverse the circle. Go the other way, back up and around. I'm shaking. Back up and around. We have 2 more to the finale. 1 more, hold it here. We just wrap across to finish. Wrap across, wrap across. Now you could stay here if this is enough for you. If you want to challenge your obliques a little bit more, you could hold the straps with 2 hands, very intense. But if this works for you, you stay here. We just have 6 more. Go 1, 2, 3. 3 more. 1, 2, 3, and you're out. And we take a well-deserved stretch. So squeeze your butt, press the hip forward, open the hip flexor, reach, rotate your ribs toward the ceiling. Take a nice big breath here, and then lower down. Continuing to stretch, we move the strap now to the right foot. So this is a stretch. Get both ends of your strap even. The strap is flat. Sometimes that's the hardest part, right? So I'm going to ask you to bend your left knee. Now, if your hips are tight, your thigh bone is going to want to stay up very high. That is a-okay, but during the stretch, you want to encourage that thigh bone to move toward the floor. Now, I have one hand on each strap. I like to hold the strap near my foot. My knee is up, my foot is flexed. I rotate my chest toward that foot. I roll my shoulders back and down. I have a nice flat back. I sit up very tall on the inhale. On the exhale, I lead with my sternum. My elbows are wide. Shh. I hinge forward and I try to encourage my thigh bone to go toward the floor. I inhale, sit up. Exhale, so I feel the stretch, not just in my hip, I feel it in my quadratus lumborum muscle, that little triangular muscle on the lower back that everyone always complains about. So what I want to avoid is dunking down with my head. Now, I want to keep my head in line with my shoulders, like I'm in plank. Inhale, exhale, shh. So the breath will help you with your stretch. And each time I'm trying to guide my left thigh bone toward the floor. One more time. And now we're ready for side two. So I take both straps in my right hand. I take my right knee behind me. Now again, the setup is very important. I want my left knee in line with my hip. I take tension on my strap. I hop my knee to the back edge of my mat. So again, I have space between my front heel and my back knee. My back foot is flexed and my left fingers point forward. I relax my shoulder and we start again. So I lower and lift my ankle. Inhale, exhale. Lower and lift. External, internal rotation. So be very active in that right butt cheek. Squeeze the butt as you come forward, and your breath will help you recruit the transverse abdominal muscles so you're not arching your back. Keep going. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Be very calm here. Try to get in touch with the muscles. Really make this connection between your obliques, your serratus anterior muscle, your transverse abdominal muscle. All right, hold here, hop the knee back, lift the knee up, lean more to the left. We start to wrap across, small release. You go wrap across, small release. Keep going, and I will show you some of the mistakes people make. Some people wrap and then they bring their knee all the way forward. No, I want to stay back, small release. So this is isometric contraction, very small contraction. Wrap back, small release. Wrap back, small release. So really focusing on the muscle group. Now, if I was doing this without the strap, it would be much more challenging. This is much harder. The strap is really an excellent tool. It really helps you recruit the muscles without losing your form. Yep. We have 4 more. Nice and smooth. Go 2. Then we start again. 2 more times. 1 more time. I lower my knee. I hop the knee back. I take tension on my strap. I start to lower and lift. So we go back to the beginning. Keeping it simple. Really identifying the muscles, making the connection with the breath, thinking about all the benefits of this exercise, right? Now hold here, hop the knee back, lift it off the floor, lean more to the left. It's little lift, little up, tiny up. Use your breath. Yeah, so whether you play golf, tennis, pickleball, these exercises help you prevent injury, right? They help you with your balance, with your posture, and really becoming aware as you play the game, the sport, to avoid hurting yourself and improving your form. Now combination, I lift, wrap across. So instead of wrapping straight back, try to reach your left butt cheek. Lift, wrap across. Lift, wrap across. We have 3 more. Shh. Go 2. Go 1. Hold it here. We go into those circles. Up, back, and around. Up, back, and around. Up, juicy, back, and around. That's it. We have 3 more. And then we change direction. 2. And 1 other way. Go back up and around. Back up and around. Shh. Fight for it. Stay lifted. You are defying gravity. We have 2 more to our finale. 1 more. Hold it here and just wrap across. Wrap across. Wrap across. Make it small. Try not to let the thigh bone come forward. Stay in that contraction. Yes, and then again, here's your option to hold onto the straps with 2 hands. Fight for it. Finishing strong. 6 more. 1. Go 2. Go 3. 3 more. 1, 2. And you're out. And take that stretch again. Again, engage the pelvis by squeezing the butt. Rotate the ribs toward the ceiling. So I'm making space in my hip flexor. And then come on down and we'll take the stretch with the strap. So now the strap goes back to the left foot. Again, organize yourself. Be mindful of the hip and the thigh bone. Foot is flexed, knees pointing up, 1 hand on each strap. Sit up tall, shoulders down. Inhale on 1, exhale. Shh. Again, inhale, I sit. Nice and tall, vertical spine. Exhale, I hinge from the hip. I encourage my thigh bone to go towards the floor. Shh. 2 more times. Shh. 1 more time. Shh. And remove that strap. And we'll finish with some flat back abdominals. Option to add into some shoulder stabilization if that works for you. It's just an option. You don't have to do it. So take your strap, fold it in half once, and just rest it by the side of your mat. Laying on your back, rest your hands on your abdomen. Again, set it up, knees hip width apart, and you can walk your heels in a little closer. So you can make a triangle with your fingers and have your pointers go towards your pubic bone, or you could have your thumb on your lowest rib and your ring finger on your hip bone. So as you inhale and exhale, shh, on the exhale, you feel the distance between your hips and your ribs get smaller. Inhale, exhale, shh, imprint the spine, disengage the glutes. Important to let the legs go. On the next one, inhale, exhale, I lift 1 leg, I lift the other leg. I give my legs a shake. I want to have floppy legs, floppy feet. My hands rest on a low V on the mat. And then I start to move. I reach 1 leg forward, shh, inhale back. Then I switch. Exhale, shh. So close your eyes. Think about your spine. So important here that you avoid arching your back, avoid any pain in your back. So if you feel your back arching, shh, focus on that breath. Make the range of motion smaller. I think I said range of motion. Range of motion. Shh. So notice I'm not straightening my leg. If I'm straightening my leg, it means I'm using my gluteal muscles, and I want to have a heavy leg. So again, my core is orchestrating the movement. My core is moving the leg away from my body. The muscle moves the bone. Shh. We have 3 more. Shh. Exhale away. Shh. Inhale up. One more time. Shh. Now I am going to progress this with the strap. It's an option. If your shoulders are sensitive, then you may not want to do it. But you could try it and then stop if it doesn't work. So I hold the strap above my chest, shoulder width apart. Again, my legs are floppy, and I pull the strap apart so I feel my shoulder blades flatten into the mat. I take a big breath in. On the exhale, I move one leg forward and my arms go back, and I inhale on the up. So notice my arms barely go back. Shh. If I reach my arms too far back, my back is going to arch. Shh. And I'm really pulling the strap apart. My arms are shaking. Shh. So again, I'm working on posture in a supine position, and I'm working my core. It's a combination exercise, a compound exercise. Shh. So these compound exercises are so good for the body, but they're also really good for your brain because it's forcing you to think about many things, focusing on the imbalances of your body, where you feel stronger, where you feel weaker, and making sure again that your legs are completely disengaged. So lots to think about, lots of technique. Shh. We have two more. Shh. We have one more. Shh. And just take a moment, rest the strap on your shins. Make a nice circle. Let your heels hang towards your hips. Just opening up the lower back, and then reverse that circle. And now put the feet down. Fold the strap one more time. One more exercise, adding in a little more rectus abdominis. So I'm going to hold the strap shoulder width apart. So the ends of my strap. I hold the strap on top of my shins. My heels are heavy. I lengthen. I bend. I reach over my knees. Shh. So use your breath where you feel you need to. Now again, think about your spine. So your spine will determine the angle of your feet. So if your back is arching, your feet will be up a little bit higher. If your back is not arching, you could try to take your legs a little lower. Now you could keep your head down if this is enough for you. If you want more, you tuck your chin to your chest, you lift your head, neck, and shoulders, and you come into your mid-back curl. I lengthen, I bend. I lengthen, I bend. Use your breath. Yep, we have four more. Go to. Try not to bob that head. Keep tucking the chin. We have two more. One more. Carefully lower your head if it's up. And again, take that nice juicy circle on your back. And then reverse the circle. Put your feet down, taking the strap behind the middle of the head, not on the neck. Going into more rectus abdominis work. My elbows are pinned back onto the mat. So I really feel the external rotation of my shoulders. I take a big breath in through my nose. I exhale. I tuck my chin to my chest. I lift my head, neck, and shoulders. I take little lift, little up. So my head is being suspended in the strap so it doesn't hurt my neck. So I'm not bobbing my head. So I'm making this connection between the tip of my head and the bottom of my spine. Shh. So rectus abdominis. Rectus means vertical. I'm working my six pack. Option here is to add a little march. So I lift my foot up a little bit. Shh. It adds in more core. Shh. Shh. I have four more. Go two. Go three. Go four. Now I lift both legs tabletop. Moving into bicycle. I rotate to one thigh. I rotate to the other thigh. Exhale, up, rotation. I try to get my shoulder blades off the mat. My elbows stay back. So my elbow does not go near my knee. Exhale, shh. Exhale, shh. Reach. Get higher. Lead from the sternum. Again, working on posture, even when we're doing our abdominals. Yes, you have 8 more. Go 2. Go 3. 4 more. Go 1. Go 2. Go 3. And you're out. Pop that strap off to the side. Take your feet nice and wide, windshield wiper stretch. So rotate your knees toward me. Squeeze your top butt cheek. Notice your bottom thigh is off the floor. You want to squeeze your top butt cheek, drive your knee away from your hip, and then rotate your chin over your shoulder. Inhale, exhale, go the other way. And then walk your feet hip width apart. Lift one leg, hold the back of the thigh, point and flex your foot. Hold the flexion. If you're able to, slide your hands up closer to your ankle, and then let your shoulders relax into the mat. Make a small circle on the ceiling with your heel, and then reverse that circle. Then cross your ankle over your thigh, preparing for figure four stretch. Take a little rock side to side. So as I'm doing this stretch, I'm trying to drive my knee away from my body. My foot is flexed. It's better for my ankle and knee health. Then I find center. I lift my foot off the floor. I thread my hands around my thigh. I make a nice circle on my back. So my elbow is driving my thigh bone away. And then I reverse that circle. And then carefully put both feet down. We go to the other leg. So switch legs. Take your hand behind your thigh. Mobilize the ankle joint and the foot. Hold the flexion. Drive your hands up closer to your ankle. Take a moment, let your shoulders relax into the mat. Make a small circle on the ceiling with your heel. And then reverse the circle. And prepare for the figure four stretch. Gently take a rock side to side. Again, without touching your leg, try to drive your thigh bone and knee away from your body. Flex the foot. Find center. Lift your foot. Thread your hands through that diamond. Interlace your fingers. And make a small circle on your back. And then reverse that circle. Hold on to the back of your thighs. Rock on up. Make your way back to all fours. Find your cat and cow and add a big circle on your hips. Going forward and back. Try not to think about it too much. Again, try not to have your hands too far away from your body. And then when you're ready, change direction. And then just face center. Take a big breath in and exhale. Inhale confidence. Exhale doubt. And one more big breath. And you are all set. So thank you, everybody. Have a great day, evening, wherever you are.